Lads, I think the UFC wants Volkanovski out of the featherweight division, and as most of you may know, Alex has gone up against undefeated prospect Ilia Topuria, and I can definitely see him losing this match. I just want to quickly touch upon how interesting of a fight this is, given all of the factors playing into the matchup and what happened in the build-up to this fight that makes it so interesting. Firstly, with Volk quickly sliding out of his prime and getting older, you never know when Father Time is going to come snatch your fighting career away from you, and low-key, I know people have said that people have been in Volkanovski's head before, but it low-key looks like Ilia may be in Volkanovski's head a little bit, you know. There's been interviews where he's been saying, like, I want to teach this guy a lesson, you know, like this kid, you know, he thinks he's just been given everything, you know, I wanted to earn my stripes, this and that. Volkanovski's already got a huge chip on his shoulder for some reason, you know. He always seems like he wants to prove everyone wrong and earn his, or, you know, pay his dues or earn his dues, whatever you want to say. But, you know, Ilia's been talking a lot of shit on Volk, and he's been overlooking him, saying he wants to fight Holloway. Like I said, we've seen this before with Brian Ortega when he tried to shit talk on Volk, and it didn't really end too well for him. But if you ask me, I think Ilia Topuria dunks on Brian Ortega any day of the week. I think he's just better at everything, obviously. Maybe not the wrestling, but I reckon Ilia Topuria is just a different beast. Also, after being KO'd in the fashion Volk was, you'd think that, you know, the UFC would tell him to chill out, you know, maybe take a few months off. Obviously they clearly didn't. Realistically, Dana White's probably creaming his jaws with the potential Ilia Topuria has, because he has the potential to become such a big megastar, and no fighter should be coming back after a knockout like that, especially at his age. And I understand that he doesn't really have time to sit around and wait, you know, for 2 years like Colby did. But even if he just waited till late March or early April, I think his chances of winning this would be so much higher than what it is right now. And before you call me a Volk hater, you know, I love Volkanovski. He's one of my favourite fighters in the UFC. You know, I just like how down to earth and real he is, you know, and plus he's Australian. I'm from Australia, so I live in Australia. I'm not from Australia, but you know what I'm trying to say, you know. But looking at this matchup on paper, I think there's a scary and realistic chance that Alex could get sparked out in this fight and he could lose everything just because he doesn't want to sit on the sidelines. I know he's struggling and battling with that, but I feel like there should be someone in his team sitting him down and going, listen, like, bro, just chill out for like an extra 2 months, you know, get back in the gym, work on, you know, some things, and get ready for this matchup instead of just rushing straight into it. I just think it's a terrible idea. And if Topuria does manage to go out there and smoke Volkanovski, I think his star power just explodes, and I reckon that the sky is the limit for this guy. You know, he's young, he's cool, he has so much confidence, he talks a lot of shit, and he's also from a Spanish-speaking country, which the UFC will always like, because I don't think they've really tapped into that just yet. And I think it's just a dream for Dana White if Topuria wins and gets rid of, like, you know, the old washed up Volkanovski, who is not really that. I'm not going to say he's not that guy anymore, because he's still amazing, but, you know, he's old, you know, he hasn't got really much left to offer. You know, how much more popularity is Volk going to bring to the UFC compared to Ilia Topuria, who's got a whole country behind him? You know, he's got 2 countries, he's got Spain and Georgia behind him. So I think obviously Dana White would love to see Ilia Topuria get this one done, especially in a spectacle highlight reel fashion. Also, if Ilia does manage to win, he just dethroned the featherweight GOAT, which obviously had so much star power to his name, and not to mention he's been going back and forth with Sean O'Malley on Twitter for a while now, so they could easily make that fight. But I feel like he should do a few title defenses before he goes and fights Sean O'Malley, even though I think Sean O'Malley is going to get beat by Merab or Sandhagen if they fight eventually, but that's a completely different topic that I'm not going to go into. I think regardless of the outcome of this fight, as long as Topuria doesn't, you know, do a Dominic Reyes and just fall off the face of the earth after a huge title fight, I think he will become champion at some point one day. You know, he's only young, and I think Dana will be keen to give him another shot after this, even if, you know, when Volk retires and stuff like that. So I think one day he probably will become champion anyway. However, this is a super close fight, and I'm really excited to see it still, but I wish we could see a fresh Volkanovski in this fight, not one who's just come off a pretty devastating knockout. But we all know how good this guy is, and he is the GOAT for a reason. So, you know, we can never count him out of this one. And the future is bright for Ilia Topuria, I reckon. I'm excited to see what's in store for him, whether he wins or loses. And I think, like I said, I think he one day will become champion anyway, as long as he doesn't. Even if he gets brutally knocked out in this one, which I don't think he will, I think he will bounce back and eventually become champion. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.